if you're just joining us, I think we have a lot of repeat customers, which is nice, but we assume that for the most part, we're playing a team game where setting the contract is paramount, and sometimes you may risk over tricks in a way that would not be appropriate for a pair game where every trick counts, but you have a clear defined goal of setting the contract. Okay, and let's get an auction here, which is pretty straightforward. Okay, and hopefully nobody wants to lead anything other than the Jack of Hearts. Sounds like county declares tricks night. Okay, so we do catch partner with a couple of good hearts that we didn't have. Cash 2 tricks, forced declare to roughen his hand, which is all good. What are our chances? What's going on? How many tricks do we have? How many do we need? Where are we going to get another one at trick 4? Oh, I guess you probably want to see what declare leads at trick 4. And so far, we're just kind of following suit. Sorry, I stopped the action a little early. Okay, there we go. Okay, we see book. And book would be 5 tricks. So we've already taken the ace, king of hearts. We've got the queen of trump in the bag. The ace of trump isn't going anywhere. And unless we're really unlucky, we're going to get the ace of clubs. And that is indeed book. So what are the possibilities, if any, for trick number 6? There are probably 2, well, maybe 3, but one is definitely worse than the other 2. Okay, another club. Partner could have the king of clubs and declare could have a second club. Trump 8 grows up. And we'll talk about that. Yeah, so the spade 8 would be a possible trump promotion, right? It's probably not good by itself, but it's possible that with another heart, partner could rough with an intermediate spade. So let's say heart, declare does whatever, dummy does whatever, partner roughs with, let's say, the 9 of spades, declare over roughs with the jack, and now the 9, 10, jack, queen are all gone, and we have the ace 8 behind the king 7. So yeah, trump promotion is a possibility. Okay, other than the trump promotion and king of clubs, can anybody see another possibility? The Trump promotion is a decent possibility because it doesn't require that much from partner. Hoping partner has the king of clubs requires partner to have have given us a single raise with at least 10 high card points. Remember, partner's shown up with the ace king of hearts. So I think that just hoping that partner's got the king of clubs and we're going to beat this just on our high card strength is probably our least likely hope. Okay, diamond rough. Problem with the diamond rough is, what does that require from partner? Yeah. Diamond rough problem is that it requires partner to have an entry. And that seems pretty unlikely with the ace king of spades are gone. Or, declare could just go stupid on us and, leave our eight of spades in our hand and play 2 more rounds of diamonds, but that doesn't seem likely. The diamond rough will require an entry, and partner is unlikely to have an entry. But I'll give you a hint. We're on the right track with the diamond rough. How can that be? The partner doesn't have any entries, but we do. And we have the ace of spades, right? So it is possible that declare started with 5 spades, giving partner 3, and maybe partner has a doubleton club. Ace of clubs followed by a club, running partner out of clubs. We jump up with the ace of trump, and maybe partner's out of clubs and still has a spade left. I would say that's more of a stretch than the trump promotion, but it's probably better than hoping partner has the king of clubs. Of course, if we play ace of clubs club and partner does have the king of clubs, that play works too, as long as declarer can follow suit. So just like when you're declarer, sometimes you have to choose between alternative plays, but sometimes you have the opportunity to combine your chances. That also happens on defense, but it requires some partnership cooperation. So I would say your best bet here is going to be that trump promotion, playing another heart. But before you put all your eggs in that basket, you could start by playing the ace of clubs and just looking at partner's signal. And what is the 7 of clubs? Well, it's partner's lowest club, right? And that should mean that partner is not interested in a club rough, because partner either doesn't have a doubleton or only has a couple of spades. And now we can try the heart possibility. And this time, because things usually work, yeah, partner does have the 9 of spades, right? Which leaves us with the ace 8 behind the king 7. So if you saw the trump promotion, that's a very nice job. The club doubleton is less likely, probably unlikely, but you can lay down the ace of clubs. If you lay down the ace of clubs and partner plays a high club, you should probably play a second club rather than the trump promotion. So if you're east, you kind of have to be a little heads up and not encourage in clubs unless you have both shortness and a third trump. If you're west, you probably want to, well, you have to be able to trust that west has trump control to do that, because playing for the club rough, you're giving up the lead, and that means you expect to be back in before trump are drawn, right? Again, the hand's going to be set pretty easily if partner has a cashing king of clubs, but on the auction, that's unlikely. And what you don't want to do is just kind of go on autopilot and, lead a small club, hoping partner has the king, and boom, you're done. When we play the ace of clubs there, by the way, as West, we're denying the king of clubs. After the opening lead with the ace and the king, you want to play the king first, because that lets partner know what's going on when the king holds the trick, right? It would be kind of suicidal to lead okay, so I just got a private message. I missed the very first part of things, but if partner plays the ace of clubs, does it show the king of clubs? And actually, it's funny, I was actually in the middle of a sentence addressing that right before we leave. On opening lead, many people, maybe most people do lead the ace from ace king. After trick one, you want to lead the king from ace king. And the reason for that is that when you lead the king and declare it doesn't take the trick, then partner can usually work out that you also have the ace. You might lead the unsupported ace for a number of reasons: to hold the lead and see what partner's signal is, to cash out so you don't lose it. But you would only in very, very rare circumstances would you lead the unsupported king. So if you have ace king and you led in the middle of the hand and you led the ace, that would be ambiguous, whereas leading the king would not. So if you have the ace king, you should lead the king. Partner will assume you also have the ace, and that way when you lead the ace, partner can infer that you don't have the king. Okay, let's switch to the other side of the table. And that was a great question. Okay, moving over to East. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. I was up a bit with my dog who tore his, whatever the dog version of an ACL is, and needs to get some surgery.
And just while we're all here, Dan, I'd like to congratulate Ken Berg for being the top bidder on the MSC competition.
Oh, nice job, Ken.
Yeah, and Joe and Todd also got on. Yep, Joe and Todd. So that was 3 of them.
Very nice.
And they were on the leaderboard. Did a really good job last month.
So if I ever have to miss a day, Ken can do a bidding class.
All 3 of them. All 3 of them. Oh, and
okay.
Pat too, CCR3. Pat too, congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow, 2,800. I hope you're playing pairs. Ooh. Ouch. Okay, this is my more normal hand. Wow, still won. My more normal hand with queens and jacks. But sometimes partner comes through. First 3 tricks. I think it was Marty Bergen who played in the Spin Gold final or semifinal one year with in 4 hearts with a singleton opposite a singleton. I think both partners Q-bid and mistook the other partner's Q-bid for a natural bid. Okay, well, there's book already. First three tricks. What is the best chance for a fourth trick? And before we get there, what are the missing cards, the missing high cards, and where are they? If you weren't paying attention to tricks 1 and 2, it doesn't really matter because the only thing that's been played are hearts. Okay, what high cards are missing and where are they? Yeah, we do have another Trump promotion hand. It is true, but there's still a couple of useful points there. Ace of diamonds and also the ace king of spades in the Trump suit. And on this bidding, Declare should certainly have all of them. Now, somebody said it, but only one person, and surprise, surprise, it was Ken. How many cards does Declare have in the minors at most? Declare should have at most 4 cards in the minors, right? On this auction, we got to credit Declare with 6 spades, and we've already seen 3 hearts. And here's something that a lot of you will probably know automatically, but maybe a lot of people haven't thought about. If Declare only has at most 4 cards in the minors, it doesn't matter what Declare's distribution is in the minors, given that Declare also has the ace of diamonds. And this is not an auction where Declare has 7 high card points, right? So let's think of the possible distributions. If Declare is 2-2 in the minors, then Declare has ace, king, right? But what if Declare has 3 diamonds and a singleton club? Well, then ace, king of diamonds, and the 3rd diamond's going on the club. What if Declare has a singleton diamond and 3 clubs? Well, we know that singleton diamond is the ace, and the 3rd club goes on the king of diamonds. So if Declare has 4 top tricks in clubs and diamonds, and if Declare only has 4 cards in the minors, it doesn't matter how those 4 cards are distributed. If Declare has a club void and 4 diamonds, then he's got the ace, king of diamonds, and the other 2 get pitched on the ace, king of clubs. The distribution doesn't matter. There are no tricks coming in clubs or diamonds, no matter how they're distributed. And so with that, yeah, the general rule becomes if no more tricks are available in the side suits, we have to get our trick from the Trump suit. And sometimes we need help for that, right? Because the ace, king, queen will take care of our jack, 10, 9. But as some of you have already pointed out, we could get a little help from as little as the 8 of spades in partner's hand. So Declare roughs with the 5. Maybe West has a singleton 4, but he doesn't. And once the 8 forces that queen, then the jack, 10, 9 will be worth the trick. So the Trump promotion, not too tricky here, especially coming on the heels of the previous hand. But if you haven't thought about it before, one point that is useful again, if Declare has enough winners to cover the number of cards in those suits, assuming Trump can be drawn and there are no transportation issues, which in this case all true, then there's no way to rearrange Declare's 4 cards in the minors that they won't go away. They won't go away on the winners. Okay, back to West. I would, well, let's think in terms of, what dummy had queen, let's see, what was the queen nothing, right? I would probably, ace, king, 8, 6. So we'd be missing the queen, jack, 10, 9. I think in that case, if spades are 3, 1, well, if the long hand roughs, yeah, I would say probably, it seems to me, the alternatives would be rough high and hope that spades are 2, 2, or rough with the 8, and unless West has a singleton 9, 10, or jack, you're still going to be able to draw Trump, right? The Trump promotion only works if the hand that's roughing is the hand that's short in Trump. So I think, yeah, in that case, roughing with the 8 is going to work when Trump are 2, 2. It's also going to work when West has the long Trump. It's also going to work if West has a singleton that's smaller than the 8. So that still sounds better than roughing high and then hoping that Trump are 2, 2. Okay, I'll give you a hint for this next hand. The theme is not a Trump promotion. That's a little joke. We're in no Trump. Okay, never mind. Okay, 1 no, 3 no, no other information. Thank you very much. Be here all week. Jack of spades, pretty straightforward lead. Nice sequence, outside cards. This actually goes back to a theme from our previous 2 weeks. That is the hint I will give you. Okay, Jack of spades rolls around to the king. South leads a small heart, and this is a 2-parter, possibly, depending on what you think of the first part. Should we take the ace of hearts or should we duck? If we take the ace of hearts, what are we going to play at trick 3? But what's a better question to ask yourself besides what should we do? A better first question. You see, this is where having a background in chess is really helpful. In bridge, like in chess, although in chess it's much more obvious, the order in which we do things is just as important or often more important than what we do, right? So before we worry about what we do, the proper question to ask ourselves is, what the hell's going on? Or as Ken says, who has what? Yeah, who has what? How many tricks do we have? How many tricks do they have? Where are they going to come from? What's going on? Okay, Declare appears to have 5 diamond tricks, 3 spade tricks. There are 2 good reasons here to think that declare has the ace of diamonds. Now, if if the opponent's no trump range is 15 to 17, then partner's going to have 1 to 3. To give partner 4 points, we would need declare to have 14, right? Because there's 11 in dummy. We have 10 is 20. Well, we had 11 is, let's see, I can't count today. 11 and 11. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. 5, what do we have? We have 11 in dummy. We led the jack of spades, so we had 11 is 22. If partner has 4 points, then declare had 18, right? Todd is a math guy. Yeah, then I'll stop. Declare has 16 plus or minus 1, and we can see 22, so that's 38, and that gives the partner 1 to 3 points, assuming a 15 to 17 no trump range, which, you know, always ask. Okay, so there are 2 good reasons why we can credit declare with the ace of diamonds. The first is, again, 15 to 17 no trump, partner's only going to have a max of 3 points. Secondly, if you're declare and you don't have the ace of diamonds and that's your dummy, what's the first thing you're going to do? Probably knock out the ace of diamonds, right? So when declare doesn't try to set up the diamonds, pretty good inference that they're already set up. Okay, that being the case, then declare has 5 diamond tricks ready to go, and also 3 spade tricks is 8. So declare is 1 trick away from making the hand, and all of our tricks are going to come from clubs and hearts. Now, notice that all the queens are visible. All the queens are in dummy except the queen of clubs, which we have, and 3 of the jacks are accounted for. We can see the red jacks in dummy, and we led the jack of spades. So partner either has the jack of clubs, 1 to 3 points, or the king of clubs, or the king of hearts. And assuming declare is being honest about that 15 to 17, partner won't have 2 of those cards. It's either 1 of the club honors or the jack of hearts. And there's 1 card that we should not, of those 3 cards, the one that we don't want to bother giving to partner is the jack of clubs. Because declare is doing well enough already. And if partner has the jack of clubs, we're almost certainly not going to set the hand. So our defense should be predicated on the idea that partner either has the king of hearts or the king of clubs, and we can decide what might work depending on which of those cards partner has, and then decide which defense is more likely to succeed. Now, sometimes the auction will suggest which of those 2 cards is more likely for partner to have, but that's not the case here. Partner's equally likely, or virtually equally likely, to have the king of clubs or the king of hearts. Okay, if partner doesn't have the king of hearts, then South has 9 tricks. I think in this case, declare is very likely to come up with 9 tricks eventually, if left alone. If partner doesn't have the king of hearts, well, let's say this, if declare has the king of hearts and we duck, then declare has 9 tricks right now. But I think regardless of which king partner has, there's a very, very good chance declare has 9 tricks eventually. Eventually is going to come in a hurry if partner just takes a heart. If declare takes a heart right now, Or if, if we take the ace of hearts and declare has the king, we are setting up declare's ninth trick. But then we would hope for, 4 club tricks to go with the ace of hearts. Okay, so are we going to hope the partner has the king of hearts, or are we going to hope the partner has the king of clubs? I will tell you that either hope could work, but one is a lot better than the other. The problem with drawing an inference about the majors is declare had a 1 no trump opener, and it's up to dummy to ask about majors. So once North doesn't bid Stayman, then we can't really get an inference about declare's majors, other than the fact that declare didn't open one of a major. Okay. King of hearts would need the jack of clubs. And again, 15 to 17, partner can't have the king of hearts and the jack of clubs. The king of hearts, if partner has the king of hearts, we're ducking this trick, and presumably partner's going to lead a club through. The partner won't also have the jack of clubs, but the thing that partner could have that would work would be, in addition to the king of hearts, would be a long club suit, so that the king jack of clubs in declare's hand would fall doubleton. Yeah, okay, so if we're playing for the king of hearts, we're going to duck this trick. Partner's going to win the king. Partner's going to lead a club through declarer's king, jack. And we can take 2 club tricks to go with the ace king of hearts, but that's not enough to set the hand unless declares king jack of clubs is doubleton. What do we need partner to have other than the king of clubs if partner has the king of clubs to set the hand? If partner has the king of clubs, that's it, the hand's down. Right? Partner wins the king of clubs, sends a second, well, partner needs another club, but that just means declare doesn't have a 6-card club suit, right? Partner wins the king of clubs, sends a club through declares jack to our queen 10, and the hand's set, right? We get 4 club tricks and the ace of hearts. So does anybody who was here last week or the week before remember what we call that? The principle of minimal help. Magical thinking. I like that. That's maybe better. Now, again, sometimes based on the auction, based on the way the hand's been played, sometimes we can draw an inference that it's more likely that partner has 1 card than the other, and we can defend accordingly. But if the 2 holdings are equally likely, or roughly equally likely, then we want to make the play that requires the least from partner. The king of clubs by itself is enough. The king of hearts could lead to a set, but it's not enough by itself. If partner has the king of hearts, we need more good things to happen. And that's why it's much better to grab the ace, play the 2 of clubs, hoping that partner has the king. And if so, and if partner gets a second club on the table, hands over, down 1. The 7 of hearts as opposed to the king. Is that what you're asking, Makiko? Why did Declare play the 7 and not the king? I think I'm not sure, but this is, this hand is pulled from a good book on defense. I think if you're Declarer, if as West we don't grab the ace on this actual holding, then Declare makes the contract, right? If we play second hand low, Declare just runs with 5 diamonds, 3 spades, and the heart. If we lay down the king, it's much more likely that we're going to grab the ace, first of all, and then second of all, we're going to know how to defend the hand, play a club. So playing the 7 of hearts gives us a chance as West to go wrong, whereas playing the king of hearts is going to make this a much easier hand to defend. If Declare plays the king of hearts, we almost can't do anything except win the ace and play a low club. If we play the 7, we might talk ourselves into hoping that partner wins the king and something else happens and we might make a mistake. And that's a good play by Declare. The more choices you give your opponents, the more likely it is that they're going to do something wrong. Okay. Okay. Everybody likes spades. Okay, so North's 2-spade Cupid, good hand with spade support. I'm sorry, with heart support. East raises spades, South bids game. This is a hand I think probably most people would get right. It's not, sometimes I bring in hands that I know are going to be difficult. I think that this one's not, but it does illustrate a couple of nice points, and so I wanted to show it. Okay, got a vote for diamond, small spades, a partner returns club, 9 of spades. All right, well, hey, the first 3 people came up with 3 different answers, so maybe it's trickier than I thought. Okay, so the 4 tricks we would like to get with this hand are the ace of hearts, the ace of spades, a club ruff, and something else, right? Okay, good questions, good discussion in the room. Does East suspect that our club was a singleton? Does East know it or suspect it or completely oblivious? And part of that is not necessarily a right wrong. Part of it depends on partnership lead style. So for example, if you never lead unsupported aces, then maybe partner will think you only let a club because you have the ace and not the king. But if you consider the clubs that are visible and what was played at trick one, queen third of clubs, which would be the alternative to leading a singleton, right? We led from 3 to the 10 or 3 to the queen. That would be a pretty unusual and unlikely lead, especially when we have potentially a big fit, right? Partner should have 4 spades. So we should have a really big spade fit, which means that there shouldn't be that many spade tricks available, which means we're less worried about laying down the ace and setting up a possible king. And even if in general we don't like unsupported leads, unsupported aces, this would be a situation where, you know, laying down an unsupported ace of spades would be normal unless we thought we had a better alternative. So I would say that there's a really good chance that East knows we led a singleton club. Now, whether East knows we led a singleton club or not, the alternative being we had clubs to the 10 or clubs to the queen, when dummy comes down with ace, king, jack, fourth, does East think that we need an attitude signal at trick one? Does East think that we could possibly care whether or not East likes clubs at trick one? No, pretty clearly we don't. Is it likely at all that a count signal would matter if declare has ace, king, jack, fourth of clubs, and we have 3 or 4 to the queen or the 10? Hard to see how giving count in clubs is going to matter. And also attitude in clubs is pretty obvious. So if we go way, way back to week 1, for those of you who are here, when attitude and count are either known or irrelevant, the primary message is actually suit preference, and especially when East thinks that we led a singleton. East's job at trick 1 should have been or should be to let us know how to put East in to get that club ruff. And so East's smallest club should show the ace of diamonds or should suggest a diamond entry. That makes it most likely that we can get a club ruff if we put East in with a diamond. Now, there's something important about this hand that we know that East doesn't know. And what is that? What do we know about the way the cards are that East might be unaware of? Yeah, excellent answer by Maggie. East knows we have 5 spades, at least. East doesn't know that we have a 6th spade. And if we assume on the auction that East has 4 spades, which I think is a very, very good assumption, that means we only have 1 spade trick available. But East might think we have 2 spade tricks coming. East might think that he has to lead a spade through declarer's king. So to help East out here, one thing we can do is cash the ace of spades. And as I mentioned on the last hand, and in response to a very, very good question, when we lay down the ace of spades at trick 3, we're denying the king. If we had the ace king, we would lay down the king, and when that held the trick, partner would know we also had the ace. course, when declare follows suit with the king, partner also knows that. But, and this is just being a good partner, really. We're alerting East to the fact that leading a spade is not, upon winning the ace of diamonds, leading a spade is not going to be helpful. The other thing we do to help is when we break a new suit, we play high if we don't like it, right? So we don't play a low diamond suggesting we want a diamond back, maybe because we have the king or whatever, right? We play a high diamond, and now East should really see no alternative to leading a club for the rough. Yeah, and so one of the things to think about, it's really like next level stuff, is not only what do you know about the hand, but what do you know about the hand that partner doesn't know about the hand? So partner knows we have 5 spades, at least. We do have 6. That tells us that 2 rounds of spades will not stand up, but partner's unaware of that. And if we can, we want to help prevent partner from misdefending based on that lack of knowledge. And so partner should get it right anyway, because partner should assume we have a singleton club on the opening lead, and then we lead a high diamond. But cashing the ace of spades is just an extra helpful thing we can do to help partner not make that mistake. So the one thing I want to address, somebody said early on at trick 2, lead a low spade as West. I'm sorry, trick 3. Anyway, at the decision point, lead a low spade so that partner returns a club. When we break a new suit on defense, when we lead spades for the first time at trick 3, our card there is not a suit preference card. It would be an attitude card. Low, saying when you break a new suit, usually a low card means return this suit, and a high card means return a different suit. But it's not, but West's card on lead there, breaking the spades, would not be a suit preference card. Because what would partner heart signal if partner had the spade king? Yeah, so so the signal actually came in diamonds, right? And if partner had, that's a very, very good question. So if partner has the king of spades here and no ace of diamonds, then partner should play a high club. And that would alert us to the possibility of underleading our ace of spades as the only hope to get our club rough. That's a really good question. And in fact, I'm going to take this next hand out of order because that leads to a very interesting question also. It's always nice on these setup hands when you have like one ace or the other, right? You ever notice? You always do. It's just a matter of telling partner which ace you have. But yeah, fence around partner, as Hatter mentions here. Yeah, it's true. A lot of times people don't think about this. It's really, and everybody I think is guilty of it to some extent. By the fence around partner is the phrase for helping partner avoid making a mistake. And it's You're right. It is an upper level thing. It's really, really easy to see things from your own perspective, but it is next level and upper level to try to be aware of what you might know the partner might not know, and how you can either clue partner into that or arrange the defense in such a way that partner's ignorance doesn't really matter. That's, ignorance about the hand, not just general ignorance. Okay, so, uh-oh. Okay. Oh, yes, I will. Thank you. Please remind me, but I will try to remember that anyway. Blue. Okay. My third guess. Okay, so we make a weak 2 bid. Partner leads a spade. And now we read partner's lead as a singleton, right? And we know that since hearts are trump, partner is going to be watching our card for suit preference implications to how to put us back in to get a second ruff. So trick 2, we're going to give partner a spade ruff. That part's easy. We need a couple more tricks. Partner's going to be hoping for a second ruff. But what do we do when we don't have an entry anywhere? We're definitely going to lead a spade, but which spade are we going to lead? Okay, we got to vote for a middle spade. No preference. High-ish. Todd's going really high. Okay, so here's the rule. If we don't have an entry either way, but we know that partner is going to be reading our card, looking for a suit preference signal, you want to make the play that's going to do the least damage. So assuming that our partner doesn't have a nice long sequence of clubs, leading a club from an unsupported honor, and I'm talking about West leading a club, could be a disaster. If partner leads a diamond, that's not going to declare anything that he doesn't have coming anyway. So we definitely want to, now a middle spade is definitely better than a low spade here, but the safest thing is, play the queen or the 10, play something that partner's going to read as high. Partner's going to probably look at dummy and realize that we don't really want a diamond, right? Declare doesn't have 6 diamonds, giving us a void. Instead, partner's going to draw the negative inference that we don't have help in clubs and partner should hang on to clubs. And so partner can either lead a diamond or, depending on his holding, could lead a heart. But the one thing partner won't do in this case is lead a club, and that's the important thing, right? Because a club from partner's side is going to go around to the ace queen, and that's going to be a disaster. So let's look at that again from looking at all 4 hands. Partner leads a singleton. What have I done? Sorry, let me give myself an undo here. Okay, partner leads a singleton spade. Now, all declare can do at this point is really play trump and hope for the best in clubs. and partner can, declare, can try to arrange some sort of end play or whatever. But ultimately, now notice if East had 10-9 small and West didn't have that diamond, it would be important to play 10 to hold the lead. We saw something like that, but either declare gives us this trick and the next club sets up the king. In real life, declare probably finesses, partner wins the king, partner forces declare to ruff, and declare also leads another club. But if we had led away from that king jack, we would give declare the 10th trick in clubs. So when we have an entry and we're leading a card for partner to ruff, we tell partner where that entry is. When we don't have an entry, we try to limit the damage. Let's look at one more with all 4 hands, and we'll make it really quick because I'm going to rip through the whole hand. And the only question that we're going to be asking ourselves is, whose fault was it? That's a safe bet. I don't know if I ever told you about the 3 stages of bridge development, depending on blame. So beginning stage, it's your fault. You apologize for everything. Intermediate stage, it's the opponent's fault. Well, he bid 1 hard, so of course I played him for the king of clubs. Third stage, you blame partner. Beginning, intermediate, expert. Okay, 4 spades, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so 2 diamonds, the king of clubs was always on side, ace of trump, 3 tricks, making 4. Should have been set. Couple people blaming East. Yeah, this is another hand where the right defense is not hard to see if you're thinking about it. What will sometimes happen is you'll just be on autopilot. That's where a lot of these mistakes happen. It's not, if I present it to you as a problem hand, if I tell you where to think about it, you're going to get it right. If it's the 20th hand in a club game and you've been there for 3 hours, then it's really easy to take your eye off the ball. So yeah. And let's show this trick by trick. I know a few of you see exactly what's going on here, but let's make it really, really clear here. So it's really easy to just play the 9 of diamonds here and say, well, partner led diamonds, I love diamonds, great. But that queen of diamonds is also informative, right? The queen shows the jack. So we have a singleton heart. We should be thinking about getting a ruff. Partner doesn't know we have a singleton heart. Now we could discourage, instead of the 9, we could play the 4 and hope that partner switches to a heart. Although with that dummy, that may or may not happen. Much easier. And this, you can file this under building a fence around partner. Why hope for partner to lead a heart when we can win this trick and lead a heart ourselves? Now, hop up with the ace of spades. The queen of diamonds lead told us that partner also has the jack, so we can underlead the ace. If we cash the ace, partner's entry's gone, right? We lead a high diamond. Partner should, regardless of what diamond we lead. No, let me back that up. It's probably better. It's probably better to lead, maybe not our smallest, but maybe a smaller diamond to force partner to win the trick. And now partner should be asking ourselves, why do we bother overtaking the diamond? Partner knows we have the ace. Declare hasn't shown up with it. So why did partner overtake and then put us back on lead? Partner must have a reason to want us to be on lead. And partner has the king of clubs. So West isn't going to think we wanted West on lead to lead a club through to our king, because West knows we don't have the king. So we overtook, we switched to a heart, then we put partner back on lead. That's got to mean singleton heart. And now we go down. Expert defenders, even advanced defenders, routine set. But what is required to set this hand is very, very simple, right? Anybody watching this can understand. Anybody who's been playing bridge more than a couple months, but it's just easy to not think about, right? So the problem in defense very, very often isn't not understanding the play or not knowing what to do, but to just not have your attention focused in the right place at the right time. There are a lot of opportunities on a lot of hands where you can do something that's going to make a difference. Now, the other thing that I'd like to mention about this hand, and I'm also going to go back and claim that hand I didn't claim before, but what have all these hands had in common where we're arranging the play to get ruffs? We've always had trump control, right? Now, sometimes you're desperate and you take your only shot, but especially, and this is especially true at pairs where every trick counts, when you do things like lead a heart, setting up dummies king, queen, jack, fifth, got to have trump control. If Declare can draw trump and run those hearts, it's not going to be a good board for us, right? Last thing, what could North have done to get a game bonus here? Oh, sorry, this is, never mind, this was the previous hand. Never mind. Okay, I will go back. I think it was hand 4 that I didn't claim. For the curious, this is the other hand I think I was thinking about. One thing that North might have done here North might have considered, rather than immediately raising to 4 hearts, a 3-spade cubid, right? Vulnerable 3-heart overcall. King third should solidify 5 or 6 heart tricks. Ace, king, queen of diamonds. If North had bid 3 spades asking for a stopper, East-West can't touch a 3 no trump contract. So there's a little side note for bidding. And you can contrive a deal where that's the right thing to do. You see it in bidding contests all the time, right? But despite the heart fit, there's a couple of reasons North might have thought about it. One is 10 spade tricks, somebody's roughing spades, might be partner, but it could be West, as it was, right? And it could be the setting trick, or it could be trouble. And also West has no roughing values at all. So nice to have a major suit trump fit. Doesn't mean you absolutely have to play in the trump contract. Just a little side note, an interesting thing goes along with this hand. I think most people play in 4 hearts, and a lot of people would, some people would probably make it. Some people would probably go down. Can't fail in 3 no trump though. All right, have a great week.
Thank you very much, Dan. So we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you for your help. I will be here next Friday. Yep.
Super duper.
Catch you then.
We'll do another musical trivia.
All right.
Okay, thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you all next week.